Fix the World podcast with Sam and Katie.
Hello everyone, welcome to Fix the World podcast with me, Sam Avery, and...
me, Katie Tracy. Hiya everyone, you're alright?
I hope you're good. We've really got that intro down to a T, haven't we, where one of us pauses and the other one...
Yeah, like the news.
It is a bit like the news, isn't it? Or the two Ronnies at the end. So that's nice. I think I would really like to get a catchphrase for this, for me personally. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. It doesn't have to be good.
No. I'll think of a catchphrase too.
Yeah, it could be at the beginning or the end, or...
Catchphrase that you can't think of them. They have to
be natural, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever seen someone when they've tried to like instigate a catchphrase and you just go, mate, you can't... It's like you can't give yourself a nickname, can you?
No.
My name's Sam, but you can call me T-Bone. I'll be calling the authorities on you. I was at a party years ago and someone was going round and they were going, what was it? Like, my name's Jason, but my friends call me Jace. And I went, I'll call you Jason because I don't really know you yet.
Have you ever had a nickname?
Never.
Yeah.
A lad down the road used to call me Sammy Snake, which sounds like a porn star. It was just because my name began with an S. Oh, and then he called me Biggie Sam, which also sounds like a porn star.
Yeah. Was he a close friend?
Not after that, no. What about you? Nicknames?
I've never had a nickname now.
No. Your initials would be KT, which is your first name.
Yeah.
So that kind of ruins
And
that
I've got
as
a
well.
stupid name as well. Katie Tracy.
I like
Everyone
your
gets
name.
it the wrong way round.
Do they?
Oh, all my life. I don't
Tracy
even bother
Katie.
correcting them anymore.
You can't really shorten Sam. That's the problem. I went out with a girl once whose name was... I won't even give you her real name in case she's listening. She won't be listening. She had lovely red hair, and I'm going to give it a false name. Say her name was Sophie, right? I introduced her to... She told me that her name was Ginge. I said, I'll call you Sophie. I don't really want to call you Ginge because you're my girlfriend.
Imagine that on the wedding cake.
Yeah.
Sam and Ginge.
Sam and Ginge. Oh, what a special day when Sam and Ginge got married on that bouncy castle. And I introduced it to me flatmates. And I said,
This is Ginge.
Chris Michelle. No, I didn't. I said, Chris Michelle, this is Sophie. And she went, Ginge. And I went, Sophie. Arguing about what to call her. We're no longer together.
No, I mean, I'm glad. I can't see you with a ginge. Not a ginger pit, obviously, with ginge.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
But when you've got a short name, sometimes people extend it.
They do.
I went because my son's called Sam, and when he was little, I used to tell him it was short for Samothy.
Samothy?
Like Timothy.
Like Timothy. I suppose I've been called like Samwell, Samuel, Sammy Boy, and Knobhead. They're the main ones. My wife calls me Spud.
Oh, does she?
Because I look like a potato.
That's so sweet.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's punching above her weight though. She looks like a piece of cauliflower. So yeah, how have you been?
Sound.
Good.
Good.
It's all good, innit? It's all good in the hood. Have you been fixing anything in between episodes?
I try, but I'm apathetic in between episodes. I'll be honest with you.
Save all your enthusiasm for the record.
Save all my enthusiasm for fixing things when it's on a need to fix basis.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, I can't be 24/7 fixing things.
And if it ain't broke,
no, girl needs a break.
Which is the offshoot podcast of this, where we talk about things that don't need fixing. It's called If It Ain't Broke, and it's available now on iTunes. It's not. Don't search for that. It's a terrible idea. Although I can't rule out revisiting that at some point in the future. Yeah, I don't really fix stuff. I used to think my dad was really good at fixing things. In fact, I used to tell people, my dad works for BT, but he's also a fixer, which makes it sound like he's Harvey Keitel on Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, or like he hides scandals for footballers.
Yeah, he's like a double super injunction guy. But what I meant was he could fix like bikes and bits and bobs and toys, but my dad is terrible at fixing stuff. And nowadays... like, I'll ring him up and I'll say, Dad, I need to bleed this radiator. Can you let me know how you do it? And he's like, I haven't got a bloody clue, son.
Yeah, I've forgotten.
Doesn't know. Yeah, so thanks, Dad.
Learning to fix something the first time is like when you get directions. As soon as you've done it, you forget how you did it.
Yeah, and that's the best way, innit? You just got to get stuck in and make a balls up. Like people who fix cars, they always say, How did you learn how to fix cars? I just took apart an engine in the garage and put it back together. Like
It's that simplistic, like the RAF advert.
yeah, exactly. I'm not doing that.
If you can fix a skateboard, you can fix a bike. If you can fix a bike, you can fix a car. If you can fix a car, you can fix a Harrier jump jet. That seems like a bit of a leap of faith to me.
It's a bit. There must be a few more gaps.
I'm
between
sure
that.
there's a few more steps in that process.
Yeah. If you can fix a skateboard, you can kill a man by looking into their eyes. So what are we fixing this week, Kate?
I believe it's space travel.
Space travel, because if you can fix a skateboard, you can fix intergalactic space
If you
travel.
can understand horoscopes.
If you're a big fan of Russell Grant, you can probably go to the moon. Would you ever go into space if you were given the opportunity?
Probably not.
I would, but I think I wouldn't want
There's
to be...
nothing to do there.
Well, not at the moment, but give it time. There'll be all sorts. If Jeff Bezos is up there at the moment, he'll be putting like warehouses up there. You could probably do some work, couldn't you?
Yeah,
for
you'd be
Amazon.
there with the Amazon drones.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. Like anything, it'd be nice to see the Earth from space.
That would be amazing.
I can see that on the telly.
Well, you could Google image that, couldn't you? I suppose?
Exactly.
But it must be amazing to get up there and look down and think, bloody hell, look at that. But
Part of me would think, oh, what if I don't get back?
yeah, that's the risk, isn't
But
it?
then what a way to die.
But then I feel like I want to go to Wigan. What if I never make it home?
Like, I always think I'd rather die in like a space shuttle crash or eaten by a shark than just like
Withered away.
choked on a Malteser. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit more interesting.
It's a bit sexy,
way to
isn't it?
go. Yeah.
People would remember it. It'd be nice to see the Earth. I wonder if people look at the Earth and the first thing they do is try and find their own house, because that's what I do when I'm in a high building. Try and find where I live.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, if it's in Liverpool, obviously.
I think looking at the Earth from space would just give you a bigger perspective of like, it'd make me sad because you know how much the world's fucked.
Yeah. You just see the big hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah.
Winking at you.
I'd overthink it. I'd probably like have a bit of a meltdown and start thinking about like, how can people like fight with each other when we're all just part of one planet? And I think I'd just become more existential about it. So it's best to just keep me away from that.
Wouldn't that be a good thing though if everyone could get that perspective? But then these perspectives that you have, and we all have them in times in our life where you either you've just been through something or you've just achieved something or you look back on something, you realise what really matters. And you always think, I'm going to be different. But then within a couple of hours, I'm always back to being the same old me.
Yeah, I know.
hard, isn't
It's all very well having like nice like goals in terms of you're going to be a better person for this because you've done this thing. And then, yeah, within an hour or so, you just like, no, I ate them. I ate it. I ate this.
Yeah, and I've got to get to Aldi.
And you think, would it give me a better sense of perspective? If I got to the moon, would I not just go, oh, I'm going to like write my name in the dust? Like America stuck an American flag in on the alleged moon landing, which I don't believe happened.
Do you not believe it happened?
No.
Do you believe it's a
Why haven't they
fake?
been back?
I think they have been back, but not for ages, have they?
There's loads of conspiracy theories about the moon landing.
There is.
I just think if they had the technology to do it 50 odd years, 60 odd years ago, why haven't they done it since?
Probably because there's nothing there. There's nothing to do. And there's... my little understanding...
It was just a pissing contest with Russia at the time, wasn't it?
It was. There's a great show on Apple TV about the space race, but it's when it's a different like version where the Russians win, and it's interesting.
What's it called?
Can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
it's that
that's
interesting.
helpful.
It's that interesting. I've watched half an hour of the first episode, not gone back to it, and I can't
That
remember
sounds
the name.
like something... I like these alternative future
Yeah, they're good, aren't
things.
they?
I don't like The Handmaid's Tale. That's too bleak.
I haven't seen that. I can't watch that. It just sounds too depressing.
Yeah, I know. But I like these like that Hunters. Have you ever seen that program Hunters?
No, but I want to watch it. Al Pacino's in it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And mental.
I'd
And
love
every episode's like a feature film.
I'd love to see Al Pacino in space. Just when he gets there. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha!
So
Planet
do
hoo-ha.
you believe that the moon landings happened?
I believe that they do, but I don't know enough about the conspiracy theories to suggest that they didn't. But I mean, I could totally appreciate that if they didn't happen, that would be easy to blag as well, because all you need is like a TV studio. Back in the day anyway, and you could blag anyone anything, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Would you go to space if intergalactic travel was the way it is on Star Trek or Star Wars, where you could just jump on a spaceship, fly, and get off without, potentially having to quarantine or...
Well, I'd do that if it means I could get to like Palmer over beach in 10 minutes, but I wouldn't necessarily do it to float around on a space station
No.
in a jumpsuit. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't get no enjoyment out of that. I would
No.
imagine the health and safety regulations that would mean there'd be no bars selling fish bowls full of cocktails up there. But if the space race means we can get to holiday destinations faster, then I'm all for it.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? And especially if there was holiday destinations like some wild planet where it was just like you got there and...
Oh yeah, like in Total Recall, like the woman who has 3 tits.
Oh yeah, but you'd have like more. You'd have like 7, and then you actually 8. I'm a bit OCD about even numbers. And then you get there and you'd be younger because it's something to do with the atmosphere or something. You'd feel younger. You'd look younger. You wouldn't want to leave, would you? You'd just be on this amazing holiday.
I just like a beach holiday, mate. I don't want to go into...
You don't want 8 boobs?
I don't want to float
What's wrong
around
with
on
you?
a space station. It just seems to... It'd be like the industrial zone on... what's that programme? I can't think.
The Crystal Maze.
Crystal Maze. I just
Yeah.
feel like it'd be like the industrial zone on the Crystal Maze.
Which was always the worst zone
Yeah.
of the 4, wasn't it?
It just seems like... Oof.
A lad's holiday in space with loads of lads who are 19 puking up with no gravity would be horrific. Just horrific.
Yeah.
Just bits floating everywhere. So that's probably something we don't need.
Space doesn't want those... Space doesn't need people like me and like them.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about. If aliens had come to our planet, or if we gone to another planet. But let's think about aliens coming to our planet. If an alien came... Right, so loads of rich people are trying to get into space in the next few months, aren't they? So you got like Richard Branson...
Let them stay there.
Well, that's
they
it.
spoil everything.
Shut the atmosphere, leave them up there,
Yeah.
and then tax the companies while they're stuck in space.
Yeah.
That's my fix. But if aliens came to our planet, if we're just sending billionaires into space, surely the first alien to come to our planet would just be the alien version of Richard Branson.
Well, no, but when you think about it, during the beginning of the space race, we didn't send the billionaires then because it was an unknown entity. So instead, we sent dogs and monkeys.
True.
And people who were conditioned to do what the government told them to do.
Yeah.
Because that was their job and they did what they were told because they could die and nobody gave a shit. But
No one
now
cared.
they know they can't die. That's now they're sending the millionaires.
Yeah, makes sense from their point of view, I suppose.
So if the aliens land here, we need to first of all go, right, did you come here of your own free will? Have you been brainwashed? Are you someone's pet?
Yeah. Do you need a walk? Or would you like to invest in something? That's the 2 questions we're going
Do
to
you
ask.
fancy a tin of chappy?
Fix the World podcast with Sam and Katie.
So, if we went to another planet, when you see films about people go to other planets, it's always dead dark. Never have like normal daylight usually. Nobody ever goes to a beach. Nobody ever lands on a beach. Apart from that Planet of the Apes film with Charlton Heston where he landed on a beach that looked nice.
But that turned out to be Earth, didn't it?
Well, yeah. But if I was an alien and I came to Earth just like on a little recce and I landed on, I don't know, say like a dead nice beach in Lindos, I'd be like, oh, it sounds, yeah, I think I'm going to stay.
I'm going to bring all my
Earth
people
is,
here.
I'd be like radio and back. Get to Earth.
Well, Earth is an incredible planet. There's some amazing, different, diverse places on it. I just wondered if, like, what you were saying about aliens coming to our planet, I'm thinking if E.T., we think of E.T. as this lovely, like, cute, little, docile creature. But he might have been someone's pet. Or he might have been a billionaire from another planet.
Nobody bothered to ask him.
No one asked E.T. what his mission was, other than he just wanted to phone home, didn't he?
I just think he just wanted a little year out, a little adventure.
A little
Come to Earth.
a gap year.
Cross-dress.
Yeah. Get on a bike,
Yeah.
learn some tricks, pretend to die.
I reckon it was just his little year out where he was trying to discover who he was.
Yeah.
Went back and was like, yeah, I identify as female now. Whatever. I tried on some pearls and put a flower in my hair and
Felt pretty good.
I'm different.
I am a better person.
I know who I am. Sheety.
Cheating. That'd be a great sequel, wouldn't it?
I'd love that.
Yeah. If you were going to space and you were asked to be the representative of the human race to go into space, out of everyone on the planet that picked you,
I
they've
think
just
I'd be a good one.
You're perfect for this mission. You also need to take several items to demonstrate how great the human race is in case you meet any aliens. What would you take? Because I've got a couple of my
Will
ideas.
you tell me yours?
I'll tell you mine, right? One of them would be chicken korma with a big garlic naan bread. Okay, that's my first one. Second would be a Beatles album. I don't know what Beatles album, probably Rubber Soul. Take that one. Third one would be a yo-yo, because I still can't figure out how those things work. They're amazing. They're like magic. Fourth thing would be the entire DVD collection of Prisoner Cell Block H, because I think that's really important culturally. And then the fifth one, I haven't thought of a fifth one. They're me four pillars of human development.
Well, I always find that a lot of lads I know try and impress upon people what their musical preference is. I've been out with lads who've made me mixtapes. Specifically
mixtapes.
one who made me a mixtape, and it had all his favourite songs on. And at the time you go, oh, isn't that romantic? But then you look back and go, no, he was trying to control me musically. And, you know, I'll never like U2. No matter how many singles from the Joshua Tree he puts on a mixtape and calls it, a love token. So I wouldn't necessarily take one album. I would probably take just Spotify.
Spotify.
And let them choose them for themselves. I'd give them the range of choice.
Yeah. Would you have to download it all, though? Because the Wi-Fi might not reach.
Well, we'll speak
they
to
must
Elon
have
Musk
Wi-Fi.
about that.
They must have
I mean,
Wi-Fi.
if they can manage space travel, I would imagine, you know, if we're at that level of technology,
Yeah.
I would imagine that would be easy.
Or you could
do you know
just
what
take
else I would take? Plastic.
Yeah, because
Not because it's a great invention, but because it's probably our worst invention.
probably, yeah.
And as like a little, you know,
Warning.
cautionary tale. This is what's fucked our planet up. What's fucked your planet up? Let's share that info.
And they'd say U2. The songs of U2 that suddenly appeared on our iPhones one day.
I think the item of food I'd take is... My friend Crystal says if her favourite food is mince.
As in, like, meat.
Yeah. And she said because you can do lots of different things with mince.
True.
So I wouldn't personally take mince, but I really think that was a funny thing to pick as your favourite food. You go, what's your favourite food? And you go, ooh, strawberries. Ooh, I don't know, truffles. Ooh, oysters. And she goes, mince.
Often people say a meal as well, don't they? She's gone for a really, really robust...
Do you know what I'd take them? A nice roast dinner.
With really good gravy.
Yeah. And dead nice crispy roasties.
Yeah. Some things, like, we do take for granted, don't we? Because something like that...
Or cheese.
Oh, jeez. Cheese is nicer when you're standing up.
I'd take them... I know what I'd take them food-wise. If you're taking I'd take a charcuterie board.
What's that?
You know, like cheese and meats and...
Oh, like all the... Yeah, or like the anti-pasta
dips
stuff.
And, yeah, I'd probably take that. And it's a nice way to get to know someone.
It is. It breaks the ice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to like meet aliens and sit down and try and like pass all these...
I know. I was fascinated by space when I was a young kid because my granddad was always fascinated by it. And I watched that film Space Camp. And for a while I wanted to be an astronaut.
Is that where they ended up accidentally going into space? I saw that on a trailer when I rented a movie from Blockbuster Video or the video shop, like in the 80s. And I saw the trailer and I was like, oh my God, that film looks amazing. And I waited for about 2 years before I could find it in the video shop because it was always out.
I'm still waiting for the sequel where all the parents sue NASA for the breach of health and safety.
How long were they up there for? Like a few hours or a couple of days?
Well, they were in grave danger for a while, but luckily there was obviously the nerd there was a nerd and like the kid who was, there was always like the kid who was like a little bit on off the rails.
Yeah.
But then it turns out to be the hero.
Of course.
So the nerd and the hero then got together.
Oh, good.
And they saved everybody. But I just really thought that would be awesome going into space.
Like for a little bit. Like if they bring out like this space travel where it's commercial and you can pay to go up there.
But now I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think I quite like it, but it depends how much it'll be because it'll be that expensive, won't it? And that's
Someone
the thing.
offered me as a freebie and went, want to go into space, Kate? I go, oh, all right.
Yeah, like an EasyJet version.
No, not budget.
Budget space travel.
No, I've flown to Australia on economy and I certainly wouldn't go all the way to space. They'd have to upgrade me.
Do you know you can get to space in 10 minutes though? Like if you obviously you've got to be on a rocket.
It's like straight up.
Straight up, yeah. There's no like bends or anything, and then you just go through the atmosphere. It's that easy.
Do you think your hair's going through the atmosphere? Do you think it's like when your ears pop?
there must be some kind of weird physiological change and coming back in as well.
Yeah.
Because landing on a plane is always when your ears start to feel weird for me.
I don't like when your ears pop.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Makes me feel sick. I get
I
a bit
try and yawn.
I get a bit air sick, me.
Yeah, it's not great. Do you,
No. And my feet swell up. So
Oh.
I'm worried, like, but if I went into space, how much I'd be like super swollen everywhere.
puking up and big fat ankles.
Yeah. Apparently whiskey helps with that, so I just have to have some whiskey to like thin my blood.
Yeah.
But I went to Cape Canaveral. Is it Cape Canaveral?
Yeah.
We went to Cape Canaveral and to the Kennedy Space Centre when I was like years ago. I was about 18, and that was fascinating. But when I think back, them rockets that were like they're like hung up in the museum and all that, and they just look flimsy as fuck.
Oh, they do.
And you think there's no way they protected anyone, and this is why I'm like, I just don't think it happened.
I think for most things, I'm always keen to let other people do it first and let them make all the mistakes. And that's why I'd never got a touchscreen phone until 5 years ago, because I thought I don't need to be a guinea pig
No.
for their experiments. Just let other people get up there and do
Way
it.
to show them.
Oh, I'd stayed on a BlackBerry way longer
I'm not
than it was
being your
fashionable.
guinea pig touching a
I'm
screen.
not touching the screen with all those germs on. I just didn't trust them. Didn't trust me fingers, Your Honour. But I think I wouldn't mind like a little go in space, but because I've watched so many sci-fi films, it would never live up to what I want to be flying an X-wing, round the Death Star.
Yeah, I think those kinds of films like sort of
That's not realistic, is it?
they
So-
spoilt us.
They gave us a false image of what space travel is, because it's probably quite boring in
But
between
most films about
times.
space, they're never just like a rom-com. There's always jeopardy and danger, which makes me go,
An overlord.
I don't fancy going to that planet. Looks like there'll be murder.
Yeah, do you remember Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Do you remember that, where like Emperor Ming comes down and Flash Gordon has to save the human race by playing American football, basically,
Yeah.
and just tackling everyone. And I'm not sure what skills
What's
I've
the
got.
alternative? Emperor Ming having to come to Benidorm in the square. It's like going Cafe Benidorm till 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd be like, "It's all right. I'm going back. I can't do this. It's too hard."
That's it. Some of these overlords who want to take over the Earth, you just think, let us show you the worst parts of our planet, and
Yeah.
you will not want to stay here.
No, you won't want Earth.
Let me take you to Weatherspoons on Grand National Day. And you can't get served. It's a nightmare, Ming. Honestly, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You can't get served unless you know the bar staff.
Let me take you to queue up in Argos at
No.
Christmas.
Christmas Eve, and you can't find a pen
No.
because they've all been taken. I don't know if you still use the pens in Argos, actually. I think there's just computers now. They've got rid of the catalogue, haven't they?
No, they still got pens.
They still got pens.
It's
but-
like no, they haven't. It's like an online thing. So you look in the book.
It's not
and then
touchscreen,
you-
is it?
It's touchscreen.
Oh, Jesus. See?
Oh, we
what I
need
mean?
to touch. We need to share the germs. We need our antibodies.
That's it. We do need to do that. I would be very worried about going into space or having aliens come here, because the amount of diseases we would bring, like when all the Europeans went over to America in the 1500s or 1600s or whatever, like all these Native Americans, just like millions of them died of smallpox because they didn't have the antibodies.
Exactly. It's like the First Nation people in Australia when Captain Cook went over and took a load of terrible diseases, and the First Nation population just dropped like flies because he'd never been exposed to infections.
So that's probably what would happen to us.
What would
or
we
them.
expose?
They'd all die
They're
of
all
like
people on other
measles.
planets having scousebrow and chlamydia.
Darth Vader's coming to get us, and someone has to give him a quick rim job, so he ends up with, Luke, I have chlamydia, and you may want to get tested too. How would you fix space travel then?
I would start by telling people if it's actually possible, like for real people to go to space. I would make space more attractive to the likes of me.
How would you do that?
Just more fun stuff up there. Just more like discos.
I'd go to a space disco every day of the
nice
week.
restaurants. Nice beaches or pools with some beds that you don't have to queue up for. I've got really like basic needs and wants. I don't ask for much in life.
Yeah, that's good though, isn't it?
But if space was more like user friendly for a woman of simple tastes like me, I would be interested in going. But if someone's going to say to me, come to space, you can run around a metal space. You may as well say to me, do you want to come up to an oil rig for your holidays? No, I don't. There's nothing nice there for me. I'll have to wear health and safety gear. That's not a holiday.
That's not a holiday, no. Maybe in the future then, hundreds of years in the future, it'll be just this beautiful, it'll be like Vegas. You just go up, there's loads of bars, restaurants would be great. There used to be a restaurant in Liverpool at the top of St. John's Tower, didn't there? They used to rotate, so you could have a panoramic view of the city, and that was back in the 80s.
But there's nothing really to see in space. It's just a black sky and stars, isn't it?
So you need more stuff to see as well. There's quite a lot of work needs doing to coax you up there.
I think if it was like a destination resort, just for the sake of going, it'd be like a 2-night thing. I couldn't go for a week or longer. But it seems like all that money and all that way just for 2 nights.
It's a long way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Passport control.
I won't even drive to Brighton. Do you know what I mean? So it seems like too much of a hassle.
It's a long way to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a long way to go.
How would you make it better?
I'd make it better by encouraging people or telling people to stop spending so much money on going to space when we've got real problems that we can fix on Earth. Like all the money we spend on, what was that Bill Hicks quote? All the money we spend on space travel every year, billions of dollars. Like if you just put that towards like helping the homeless, you'd have no homeless, you'd have a better economy, you'd have a better society. So I'm kind of simple like that.
You've just explained why you are a better person than me.
Yeah, but your idea was funnier. My idea is probably quite practical, but your idea was funnier. So it depends what you're going for, really. It is supposed to be a comedy podcast.
You're the humanist of Fix the World this week.
I'm the humanist, you're the funny one.
No. I know what you mean. I just think, like, why go? What's the reason? What's the point?
It's a big ego thing, isn't it, with these billionaires? It's like, look at the size of my money. Basically, look. It's like
the richer you get, the wilder your kink has to be. Do you know what I mean? What next?
Well, what gets you off? You can't just go to the golf course, can you? If you're a multi-billionaire.
You know, some people get that rich that they go to a brothel and shag a nana. Do you know what I mean? Just because they can, without specifying who I'm talking about. But if you're that rich, you've got nothing else to spend your money on.
You just end up doing weird things, innit? It must be horrible though if you do something weird and you go, "Oh no, I quite like that." Oh no, is that my thing now?
That's my thing now.
Oh no, oh no. If you can only get off by going into space, then you're going to be in a loveless marriage, aren't you?
Yeah.
But well, I think we've come up with a couple of ideas
of how to fix things.
Yeah.
We're not going to put a proper fix, you know.
And as always, we're not going to put any of this into practice because that's not what we're here to do.
And also, we don't have the technology
or the enthusiasm. We're just here to offer ideas that, you know, if you want to run with them.
Yeah. I only know one scientist and they work in the soap powder factory in Port Sunlight, so that's no use to us if we want to go to space.
Unless you want to clean everything up there. Yeah. The moon is filthy. Have you seen it?
Get your whites whiter.
Look at that.
Emperor Ming.
Ming by name, Ming by nature. Thanks for listening, folks.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Get in touch if you want us to fix anything.
Yeah, let us fix things for you. That's all we want to do.
We are fixers. We're here to fix.
And you can see from previous podcasts that we are really, really good at it.
How much do you think we've changed the world in the episodes we've done so far, percentage-wise?
A tiny fraction of less than 1%.
I think that's very optimistic, but I'll join up with you on that one. So,
but at least we're trying. That's all you can ask for.
All you can do at the moment is try. Keep trying.
Everyone keep trying.
Thanks for listening. If you want to leave us a review on iTunes as well, obviously a good review. I mean, don't leave a bad review. That wouldn't help anyone. But please feel free. Yeah. I'll be leaving 7 myself later on different accounts.
Please, when you listen to us, share it. Tell people.
If you're enjoying this,
how helpful we are.
Let people know. And if you're not enjoying it, well, you're probably not listening, are you?
We're starting a movement. We just want to help.
Yeah. It might be a bowel movement first. We want to start off small.
Oh, and if anyone can think of any catchphrases for us, please share.
Still looking. And nicknames as well.
Yeah.
That don't sound like...
We'll send a prize to the winner.
Yeah. Don't know what that'll be, but
we don't know what it'll be.
Something great.
Yeah.
Perhaps some of the
personal
merchandise.
Fix.
Maybe we could do that. That could be the prize. Someone could have a problem in their life. We could actually go out and fix it.
Yeah.
But we'll just end up mowing lawns, wouldn't we? Painting houses. Maybe that's a sideline. Who knows? Don't never say never.
Thanks for listening anyway, everyone. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, see you next week, folks.
Bye.